You guys are just doing that because you know that they can't see you at the point in time that that's playing. I almost wanted to cut it right in the middle of it just so you guys are on there. So, hello everybody. I'm Brian BJ Swig 33, and with me I have Rob, also known as Presar, and Mark, also known as Wingman 709, and
Hey, what up?
we are This Xbox Life, and this is episode 346, Pre-E3 2015. So we are finally here. This is our show prior to E3, and of course we'll have one after E3. So two of the biggest shows of the year for us. So
Actually, we're going to have the next one during E3, are we?
Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
on Wednesday.
whoa.
Well, when's it end?
Oh yeah, not during the press conference though. That's why I'm just like, I'm gonna be at work. I don't know what you guys are planning.
you meant
Gonna
next
take a
Wednesday
long-
night.
Yeah, next Wednesday night. Yeah.
Yeah,
so.
I think we should do it anyways because we'll be talking about all the Microsoft stuff. I don't want to wait a week and a half.
Yeah. So, we'll be doing it Wednesday for sure to talk about the Microsoft stuff, unless you want to do it, a day early. But I might not get to watch it until Monday night. So, but hello everybody. So we are excited. Like I said, this next couple shows are like two of the biggest of the year. I'm super excited. Of course, we're going to talk about E3. We're going to cover some recent news that's all been hitting like in the last day or so. It's almost like that pre-week blast of updates and news people get out because maybe it's something they're not going to discuss or talk about during their press conference. So, but are you guys ready?
Oh yeah.
All right. Of course, we have our show.
Here's my pre-E3 cough.
Oh,
Boss, I don't feel so good.
yeah. Where's well, see, my thing is I'm on a multi-month, like an 18-month project, and we started our design meetings for phase 1.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I am in meetings until every day, all day, give or take some Fridays, until July 17th. So
You need to work on your pre-Monday cough.
Yeah.
You only need Monday off, Monday morning, at least a couple hours.
I asked if we could break for E3 during our meetings, but they didn't. They didn't say yes on that. But
Isn't that
a
around
Microsoft
lunchtime?
Conference. That's all you need.
Yeah, it's around. It's 1 o'clock. It'll be 1 o'clock. Or actually, when is their
I
conference?
think right
their
at
time?
noon. Isn't it at 9?
It's at
Don't they
9
go at
Pacific,
9 or
right?
Okay, it's noon. Yeah, directly at noon. So yeah, I'll get to watch some of it. I'll do it during my lunch break. So we do break around noon for lunch. But
Yeah, I remember a couple of years ago, my buddy James and I, we were watching it at the Pita Hut. We had our phone.
oh,
We were like watching, as it was streaming.
yeah, last year we actually checked out a meeting room and watched it on a TV in a meeting room. So,
Nice.
But let's see if we can do that again. But of course, that's Monday is Microsoft's conference. Who is Sunday? Who's doing one on Sunday? Not Square Enix, but who's starting it off on Sunday night?
Microsoft usually starts the show.
Well,
on
they
Monday.
start the big things, but
I'm trying to find the schedule here.
okay.
So Bethesda
Yep.
is doing June 14th at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. So all these times are Pacific time. So
That's Sunday.
oh yeah, this Sunday night is Bethesda. They start it. Microsoft will be going at 9 a.m. Pacific time on Monday.
Okay.
EA at 12:30 on Monday. Ubisoft at 2:30 on Monday, but that one will probably get delayed. Oh,
Zing!
Hey, that's a good one. that was good, Wing. I like that.
Sony is going to be at 5:30 p.m. on Monday. Nintendo on the 6th. Wow, this is crazy late. Nintendo on Tuesday the 16th, 8:30 p.m. Pacific time.
Yeah.
That can't be right. That's got to be a typo.
Well, they do the do the Nintendo Direct thing, so they're actually doing it from Tokyo, I thought. Don't they? Isn't that the way they do it?
You know what? There's another on the line next to it. It says AM, so I think that's a typo where I just looked at. So That's got to be 8:30. Well, it says 8:30 p.m. or p.m., but then next to it says 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Eastern time. So I'd go with the 9 a.m. slot. Square Enix will be on Tuesday, 10 a.m. Pacific time, and then there's the PC Gaming Show, which Xbox gamers will probably want to tune into. This will be at 5 p.m. on June 16th. So it looks like E3, essentially all the press conferences will be over by the time we record next week.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But that PC Gaming Show, Phil Spencer's going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, there will be some Xbox stuff there too.
Yeah, so everything will be out of the way. Of course, we record announcement time. You can watch us live on Twitch TV, twitch.tv/This Xbox Life every Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern time. So, but what have we been playing? And we're going to keep this short so we can get into the fun topics. So
Good stuff.
Yep. Rob, you can go first.
All right. So this is an easy one for me. Castle Wolfenstein, The Old Blood. Been playing more of that. I just keep getting amazed at how much content there is in this thing for a $20 game. I mean, this is like a full-size game. And kudos to Bethesda for releasing this thing. Love it. Still love it. That's about it for me. Brun?
I've been playing Destiny. Of course, I will be a level 34 on one of my characters this week and possibly 33 on another. And then I bought an iOS game. If you guys... hi, Mickey. Thanks for watching last week's show, and welcome to the live show. E3 this time. So, nice. Thanks for reminding... Oh, all right. Wait. Where's the band?
Yeah,
where's
Mickey Worm.
Where's the band button? How can I just
Don't you
know?
dare.
Oh. Way to
He's
get
our
on my good
TXL Gamer of the Month right there, just from that.
Oh, nice. If you guys remember, I like Hitman and Deus Ex, Square Enix games, obviously. But do you guys remember before Hitman Absolution, they had the Sniper? Hitman Sniper was like a little mini game, if you want to say, and stuff. Like, I loved it. It was fantastic. I was so excited for that mode in that game. I went out and bought it, then to come to find that, that mode wasn't in that game. But they went and turned it and made an iPhone game out of it. So it's called Hitman Sniper, I believe is the name of it. It's $4.99. It's on iOS. I don't know if it's on Android. But I've been playing that, and it is so fun. Of course, it's the same map, but you get like different tasks to perform during that. Like, you have to make sure you get a certain, do this or do that to accomplish a mission. So I'm doing that, and the game is actually really good, and it made me want to I wish they would have put one out on the PC or on the console, that sniper thing. But that's what I did there. So that's why I played Destiny, Xbox One, Hitman Sniper on iOS. Mark.
All right. Do you guys remember a game called Zuma's Revenge on the Xbox 360?
Yep.
Well, I happened to notice I was going on when I got back, because I was gone last week, partying it up in Florida. I got back, I was looking at the dashboard for the new games release, and there was something called Sparkle Unleashed. And I was going to pass over it, but I happened to notice that they had like these little tiny, what looked like croquet balls. And immediately I'm like, well, that looks like Zuma. So I clicked on it to go into the store page to see what it was. And sure enough, it's Zuma is what this game is. And I haven't figured out if these guys ripped off with another developer. I got to go do some research on the developer. Why the name would change, I don't know. But Sparkle Unleashed is essentially to Zuma. So if you liked that game where you were shooting the balls, they would scroll down the screen. You had to make 3 color ball chain to get them to remove, to make them disappear or whatnot before the full chain got down into its exit cave or whatever. That's what this game is. Same thing. It's got some new power-ups and stuff like that are in it, but it's fun, and it's on sale right now. I think it's $6. It's fun, so I do recommend you guys check it out. Of course, I played some
Hey,
Neverwinter.
question about that game. So
Yes.
I was looking at it, and I really struggle with a lot of those games because of color blindness. So how are the colors in that thing? Are they
I
like close? I
believe
know they
this
have
game,
lines on them and stuff.
I believe it has a color blindness mode.
Okay, cool.
I'm pretty sure I saw it pop up and say something about that.
Are you
I'm
Rob?
trying to I'm trying
Is
to
that what it says?
double check on that for you. And I can pull the game up here in a little bit, and I'll make sure. But I do believe that it said if you're having a problem seeing, there's a colorblind mode. So what I'm trying to find out is okay. So the Sparkle Unleashed is actually made by 10 Tons. I guess that's the developer. And I'm gonna look it up because it's been bugging me. What was that called? Zuma's Revenge, right?
Yeah, I think that was the original.
And that was a pop cap.
Yeah, from a long time ago.
Yeah.
So I don't know if these guys are gonna get sued or if they own the rights to it now or something. But this game is Zuma's Revenge. It's what it is. So
Yeah, because I bet Sparkle is. I mean, it's maybe like the name for like the mobile platforms, and it just got converted over to Xbox One.
yeah, it's
Because I bet there's Sparkle on the phones. Actually, I'm going to check my. My
it's on iPad, iPhone, Xbox, Mac, Android, Windows 8, PlayStation 3, the Vita, Windows 8, PS4. Yeah, it's on it's on all those platforms.
Yeah.
So, but there's 18 different power ups, bunch of different stuff in the game. So, match 3 marble shooter gameplay. So it's fun. I like it. So if you've played a Sparkle game before or Zuma, that's exactly what it is. So
Yeah, it's same developer on Android.
10 tons.
Sparkle, 10 tons. Lutde.
It's free on iOS.
Yeah.
so
I bet it's
also
got
played-
purchases.
It unlock full game for $5.99. So they're.
Well, then
treating
it's
you-
not free.
Well,
It's not
that's
free.
the thing. Yeah,
Wait, how much
Last
was
week.
it on Xbox?
$6.
It's like $6.
Oh, okay, so that's the same. I was going to say maybe it's cheaper on Xbox One now.
No.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Anyway.
Anywho.
Moving on. I also played Neverwinter, and if you are still playing it and haven't jumped on the ESO bandwagon this week, Neverwinter right now has a double XP going on. Everybody kind of feels it's because of Elder Scrolls came out this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
Yep.
I mean, I just think it's coincidence, but
They planned it
double
all
XP
along.
at Neverwinter. And I have been playing Elder Scrolls Online when I've been able to log in, that is, and get online.
Is that an EA game?
You know, it's funny because I thought the same thing. I was actually wondering the day it launched, the night it came out, it was available not for me because I'm on Pacific time. It became available at 9 p.m. So immediately I started, trying to get on, and I gave up, and I was in another party. I was in party with Artemis 74, and him and I were both having the same thing. We're both trying to get on, even just to create a character would be nice, but we couldn't even get that far. We couldn't get past the title screen. It kept telling us, oh, we're having a lot of login issues. And I'm like, the game just went active, So I'm like, all the people that are at retail, the only people that can be getting it right now are on the East Coast. And they're at the store. It's midnight, 12:01 their time. So those people are not home yet, and they haven't installed it yet. So the retail guys are out. So the only people that are trying to get on, are those that order digitally from across all
probably a
North
lot.
America.
Yeah.
It may be, but you telling me at 9:01 or 12:01 you can't log in because of that many people? I cry BS.
Yeah.
Potentially
and
that could be
problems
the
in Europe,
worst.
too.
Oh, they did.
Well, they had problems in the European login server because there's 2 different ways to log in. And we were looking at the support pages, and they were talking about how the European, they said, oh, we've corrected the European login issues. And I'm like, okay, so they probably
By
been out for
delaying
a
the
few
game?
hours. Well, no, they got it obviously a few hours before us.
Yeah.
So So then it took a while. I know so I quit, went watched some TV, came back at like 10:30, tried it again, still couldn't get on. But as Artemis and I were sitting there in the party chat talking, as we both just kept trying, but it was funny. At one point, both of us said at the same time, "What is this, an EA game?" and we just started laughing. I couldn't believe we just happened to say it at the same time.
Nice.
But no, it's not. It's a Bethesda game actually. Um, Now they claim to have had the issues resolved by about 11:30 Pacific time. I think it was 11:30, so it was about 2.5 hours after it was released. I tried it Monday, still had some issues, was able to play, and then what's today? Today's Wednesday. Tuesday I was having issues where it would take a while to get logged in, but eventually you would get logged in. It would put you like you try like 3 times and it would say error. The third time usually would put you say, "Oh, you're in the queue. You're number one. Estimated wait time is 1 second." It would take anywhere from 30 seconds to about a minute and a half before it actually logged you in. But then you're in. But several of us that were playing Tuesday night kept getting kicked out, and then we're running into the login issues again. So you're spending a lot of time trying to get logged back in. But I have played. I have spent several hours in the game, and it's. I don't know what to think of it yet. I need more time. Essentially, what I was telling Old Man from Mars, because he was the one I was talking to and asking. I think I told you guys about this. He's the one that actually kind of looked at it from my standpoint of someone who's not an MMO guy. He wasn't one of those. It's like, oh, it's the greatest thing ever. You'll love it, and just assumed I would love it because they do. He actually took a very, high level look at it, and he asked me yesterday, "So what do you think?" And I'm like, "I think it's okay." My answer to him was, "It's okay." There's things I'm not liking, but I think that's really because it's like I got to figure out this whole world. I'm struggling with where to go, trying to learn because like in Neverwinter, it puts the little sparkly line out, and you just follow the path, and I like that. In this one, it doesn't. It's just there's like a waypoint on your HUD, and it says northwest, south, north, south, east, west, and then there's a lot of different icons. So I'm trying to learn what those things are for. And it took me a while. I realized I was going towards the wrong points. I was going away from my mission, going towards other things. So I'm trying to learn how that works. I've got all these supplies that I don't know what I'm supposed to do with it, like tons of food and things I'm picking up, and I don't know what to do with it. So I finally, Old Man from Mars told me where the bank was. Nothing in the game told me how to get there. So I got to at least at this point. And but so there's just a lot of little things I've got to learn how to craft and do all these things and figure it out and trying to build my character. I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing, but that's because I'm a noob with MMOs and this type of thing. So I think it definitely looks better than Neverwinter. I think some of the missions are better so far from what I've seen. Where Neverwinter, it's like you go into a new world and there's always like you go up to the camp and there's the main quest and then there's a guy off to the side. He's going to have 2 things for you to do as well, and then you can do all 3 at the same time, which is nice. And then you turn all those in, and then it's like then it repeated the same thing. And every time you go to a new world, it's like the same thing. It's this one's very different, and all the stuff is spread out. The world's bigger. You can teleport from anywhere, which is great.
It's better than riding a horse.
Yes, I still have a horse,
or
and I can trot.
Whatever.
you can trot or speed up or run with your horse, which you can't do in Neverwinter. So I'm really pleased by that. Game looks great. It runs well when it's working. But again, it's brand new. It's an MMO. I'm not going to fault them for, I say give them about 2 weeks to get all the kinks worked out. But it is working, and I was playing. Do what?
Elder Scrolls Online. We have to.
Oh yeah, sorry. We're talking about Elder Scrolls Online, by the way. So
somebody says,
not
"Brun,
the
quick
game."
whisper." Yeah, quick whisper.
Yeah.
Elder Scrolls Online.
It's called Elder Scrolls, not the game.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, I've enjoyed it. I wouldn't say I've enjoyed it. I'm like but I'm ready to go back and play some more.
Yeah.
It definitely will. I don't feel like I wasted any money on it yet.
Okay.
I don't know if I will, how long I'll stick with it. I was starting to burn out on Neverwinter because just all the back and forth, man. I just don't find that fun. That's the one thing I don't like about these games. But thankfully, this one, if I get tired of doing it, I can teleport wherever I'm at right back to like a main town or something. So
And
that's
do you have
nice.
to buy a $30 teleportation disc or something
You do
in
pay
this
with, I
one?
think, with gold. You pay with gold. So it costs you gold to
I
do
meant
it.
in real life, like
No, not in real life.
Neverwinter. I
No,
was being
there's
sarcastic.
no, this game
Yeah.
does
Okay.
it's not a free play. Obviously I paid 80 bucks
Yes.
to play it. But you can buy stuff. They do have a store that you can buy stuff, but it looks like it's mainly um, customization or what's the word? Stuff that doesn't impact the game. It's like clothing and different types of things like that. I mean, you can
Like
buy
Avatar
mounts
stuff.
and mounts and pets and like I could go buy a cat, like a kitty cat. I'm like, what am I gonna do with a kitty cat?
Meow.
Is it just gonna walk around with me? I don't know what it does. But you can buy a puppy dog or a kitty cat as a pet, and then there's mounts and stuff like that. So you can spend real world money on those.
As long
But
if you bought a pet and it was a cat, as long as it would just like walk around and then like you wouldn't see it forever, and then you would like catch it every once in a while because cats do that. They're not like dogs. So dogs greet you at the door. Cats like attack you at night.
Oh, you're back. Is
Yeah.
what they think.
So, all right,
but
cool.
I am working on the clan. You have to be level 10. I'm only level 7. This game is slow in my opinion to level up. I'd swear I would have been a level 20 on Neverwinter already in the that cuz Neverwinter you ranked up pretty quick to start. This one doesn't seem to be as quick. But I don't know. I'm a level 7 right now, so hopefully I'll get some time in tonight after we're recording. And I'm working. So as soon as I get to level 10, guys, I will get the clan created. So
Right on.
Very cool.
Quick update on the NHL Stanley Cup Finals: Chicago 2, Tampa Bay 1.
All right.
So, all right.
Yeah, I did want to add one last thing. And one thing I've been watching, not playing, I think might be of some interest to some of the community members. I know I mentioned this to you last week, Brun, but there's a YouTube channel called Extra Credits where there's a couple people that do some regular segments on there. They talk about different aspects of games. They have a segment that's actually trying to teach history, which is actually kind of interesting because they do it with these like still cartoons. And the latest thing that they're trying is, I think they call it Side Quest, if I remember right, where the two main guys from there, this guy Daniel and the other guy's name I can't remember right now. But anyway, these two guys are going through a playthrough of Dark Souls, where Daniel is playing on a Xbox 360 for the first time, and the other guy is basically just kind of like talking him through it. And the other guy, actually, I got to look up his name right now. It's really bugging me. The other guy is actually a game designer. And what's really sweet about this thing is that as they're going through the different levels, the game designer guy will make comments on different aspects of how the game's designed, how things are placed, why things are a certain way. He comments about the graphics and how, like, let's say, the fluidity of the motion of the character. And it is just really interesting to hear all of the like game designer notes in the background and just how much thought and planning goes into games where we as game players just honestly just take everything for granted. Like just to give you kind of a glimpse, so in Dark Souls you go to these campsites kind of like to save the game, level up, kind of like you do in Tomb Raider of sorts. And when they got to this one campsite, there was this big old door in the background, and he was asking him like, so, what do you think about this? And then he, went on to say that the door was actually purposely done the way it was because it was like so much bigger than everything else. The coloring was different than the background to kind of like to draw you in there, and how the game designers put these subtle clues in on where you should go. And as a game player, you kind of instinctively just go that way. And it's really interesting. You should definitely check it out. What they're doing is they're releasing new segments of side quest every Monday and Thursday, I believe. And the segments are about 15 minutes to about 20 minutes long. So it's not super long, but it's definitely very cool. And some of the things like the character creation, they actually put little YouTube like skip things in there. So you can skip it if you're not interested in it, or if something is just kind of tedious or boring. But it's definitely interesting to check out. I'm sure, especially if you've played Dark Souls or if you're familiar with the Dark Souls gaming series, because there's Dark Souls and Dark Souls 2. But yeah, they're going over the original one on the Xbox 360. Definitely check it out. That was it.
All right. Cool. Well, I think that is it with what we've been playing.
And you guys saw my cat.
Yes.
Yeah. Hi, Gracie.
Someone was asking, was that a real cat or one from Elder Scrolls? So I had to, ouch. She just bit me.
So I get caught up in the cord. Like,
yeah. No, she wants up on the desk right now. And like, no, I'm busy.
So let's hit topics. Before we hit that, I always...
before you do... I think I might make some people mad.
Uh-oh. New segment, Making People Mad by Wingman 709.
Let me block out something here, but let me do it this way. See that?
A Samsung Galaxy 6 Edge. All right, whoever would like to win a Galaxy...
it's sitting in a drawer, calls forwarded to my iPhone.
So,
not to be used.
You're not going to use it?
I hate carrying two phones.
Oh, is that a work phone?
That is a work phone. I had to when I first got to work, when I first started here 5 years ago, they gave out Blackberries.
Yeah.
And I had a BlackBerry Torch, and it sucked. It's such a
Oh.
horrible phone, dude. So I forwarded all my calls. I set it up to forward to my personal cell, and I threw it in a drawer. Well, now that we're moving over to Intel on July 1st, Intel doesn't support BlackBerry, so they're like, "Oh, we got to swap your phone out." I wanted a Windows phone. I was really hoping because Intel supports those, but McAfee doesn't. So, and I had to purchase it under McAfee before we switched. So I had an option of an iPhone or an Android phone. So
sorry,
I just went with the Android, the latest, newest, greatest hotness. That was the Edge, and I tried it. It's actually, I will say this because I've been negative on Android. I have noticed just in a few days of looking at it and messing around with it, there's been a lot changed since the Galaxy S3 that I had that I did not like. So it's actually nice, but I don't like the curved. I don't like the curved screen, dude.
you don't like the
I do not like
The
it.
edges.
Yes, I don't like it. I swear I'm going to drop it because it doesn't. It's weird. It's like when you hold it in your hand, it's like it feels like you're going to drop it. Like you don't have a good grip on it because the whole side is curved. And I think it's a gimmick. I just think it's a gimmick that's not going to last. But the phone itself is nice. And I do like it. I do like what I've seen with the Android stuff in there. So they've made some improvements. So.
Yeah, I am a Samsung fan. I like I buy their TVs and things like that.
Yep.
I had problem with one of their Tab 3s, I think it was. But I really it's not the device. It's the butchering of the OS that they do because they always have to cram their own crap in it.
Well, it's not just
or they have
Well,
to
it's
make their own front end for it, which doesn't look as nice. I mean, if you want to get an Android phone, my recommendation from a non-Android person is actually the Galaxy S5 is really nice. My buddy has one; it's nice, but I really dig the Nexus 5. You know, to me the iPhone, Apple's iPhone, that is their phone, right? Yeah. So oh yeah, it's cool. I like it. It seems cool. But the
Yeah.
Nexus is what I make to the is Google's equivalent of the iPhone, right? So the Nexus 5 is Google's phone. So it is updated with the latest software. It doesn't have any bloatware on it or anything like that. It is just the base vanilla Android, software. So Rob, I mean, you're an Android person, I believe. You use
Yep.
Android and stuff. Like, would you like
right here.
what do you have? You have an S5.
Note 3.
Oh, Note 3. Oh, okay. Well, that's Samsung.
Yep.
I
But
don't know if you guys can see that. Probably not.
I can.
Let's,
Yeah.
I was trying to show you the if you hold it.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
Slowly at the top. Actually, here, maybe that'll help. So you're trying to hold it so it's sideways. You can actually see the screen there
Yeah.
at the top.
Yep.
Curves down and lights up. So
That's cool.
but it's nice they've added the little fingerprint thing in there,
Mm-hmm.
like the iPhone does. So that's nice.
Yeah, so it's I know we're next. Trust we're gonna get to E3 and now we're talking phones.
Yeah.
But with
Sorry,
Samsung, their version of Android and the way they made their UI and stuff, it's not as nice as what the Nexus 5 has. And of course, I like that because no contract, $350 for that phone, and the phone's awesome, feels great, looks bright, it's real nice, and it's just that's. If I had an Android phone, that's what I would have.
Yeah, what happens with Android phones, particularly ones that you get from the carriers, is that, well, to some degree, the manufacturers put their stuff on top of Android.
Yeah.
Like the interface for the Samsungs is called TouchWiz.
Mm-hmm.
So Samsung puts their stuff on top. It's basically like the launcher, the screen that
Yeah.
you see. And I mean that's fine enough because the phone has to have one of those.
Yeah.
And then they'll put on other stuff like Samsung just puts on a ton of stuff like S Health and
Yeah.
S whatever application, memo, notes, who knows
Apple-
what. And then
Apple
What? Go ahead.
Apple does the same thing. They put apps on their phone that you can't take off.
right.
But
And then-
but everybody's stuff is the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They don't let AT&T or Verizon or whatever completely put junk on top. So
Well,
yeah.
that's the next thing I was going to get to because then, like, my phone was a Verizon phone and they just put all sorts of junk on there.
Right.
Like, they had IMDb, they had TripAdvisor, and there's some
Yeah.
NFL thing, and those are put in as system apps. So unless you root your phone, you can't even remove them.
Yeah.
So they're always running in the background. So the best thing to do is, if you're brave enough, is to take one of these phones and you root it, and then you can put on a custom ROM, which is usually nice and clean, or you can uninstall all these apps, and that's what I did with my phone. And they run so much nicer then.
Right.
Well, I'm sorry to get us all sidetracked, guys. I just wanted to basically just say that I see that there's been some changes, at least
Yeah.
from the AT&T phones, Samsung and AT&T combination.
Yeah.
Where it's much improved. I actually thought it was pretty nice. I'm like, this is one I could use. So
Cool.
But I'm still hoping to look for a Windows 10 phone when they come out to
Yeah.
replace my iPhone.
Yeah, I got to play with some of the newer Nokia phones at Build, and they are sharp. Nokia to me kind of took a big drop, and
How's that go?
the Windows OS was not very nice, and because my wife had a Windows 7 phone. But I will say the new Nokia phone that they're coming out is like a 95, so 9610. I don't remember what the numbers are. With Windows 10, they're pretty sharp. They're pretty sharp. So
They need to get away from that Nokia 9600 and just go with the Windows Phone. You know,
Yeah,
Microsoft
yeah.
Windows Phone, and just leave it like you've got the iPhone. It works for Apple.
Hmm.
It's the iPhone 6.
Well, I
All
think
Windows 10 phone
when
or
I
something.
read something, what their Windows is like, they'll let you, if you have an Android phone, you'll be able to dual boot into Windows 10 or the Android OS. Thought I read an article on that. But okay.
I read an article that you can run Android apps on a Surface 3 or a Surface Pro.
Right.
You can run Android apps on it if you want. But anyways,
Yep. So,
yep. Not
Patreon announcements before we
mobile
get to our topics. Since you didn't make too many people mad, if you want to support the show on a monthly basis, you can go to patreon.com/thisXboxLife.
I'm bringing them back in, baby, and
Yes.
saying Android is okay.
Yes. If you're not into the whole, please bill me monthly or anything like that, and you'd like to leave a one-time tip, but do it whenever you feel like it, you're more than welcome at twitchalerts.com/donate/thisXboxLife. So, tip jar. Forgot to switch
And
my
tip
image.
jar, you get your name on the bottom.
Yes. Yes. Tipping anything, you'll see Wingman was the last to donate $5. So, and Rainbow Dash is our last follower. So, all right. This is Roundtable, but it's going to be more of, we got some info real quick, pre-E3 info, and then we're going to go through what we like to see or / predict at E3, and then we'll go from there. So, the first thing, we're going to save the E3 things for last. But Mark, would you want to? I saw that you put this in Facebook, and I was going to put it in the show notes, but you actually beat me to it. It was funny because we were about ready to type the same article or something at the same time once. Do you want to go over the physical media? Because I liked your topic. It was bye-bye GameStop, or there goes GameStop, or something like that. I can't remember the exact words.
Yeah, I mean, I just said bye-bye GameStop. That was my comment to this article that I posted from IGN. But I've known that. We've all known this for a long time that GameStop is on borrowed time at this moment, and people will say, we had people in the Facebook group saying, no way, this is a lie, this isn't real, this isn't fair, it's not all the accurate. Well, they did the research, and it's what we have to go on, unless I go out there and beat the street myself, which I'm not going to do. But we've seen it with books, we've seen it with music, we're seeing it with movies. Games is the next medium to go the same way, and we're seeing it happen. It's all going to end up being digitized, and eventually someday it will all be digital. It's just that's just the nature of it. So what this article was saying was that the latest findings from the Electronic Entertainment Design and Research Group suggest an all digital future may be closer than we think. Game industry reports that according to EDAR's findings, the number of games released physically on Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony hardware has declined from 383 copies in 2008 to 145 in 2014. Conversely, the drop of physical releases has been countered by the rise of digital. In 2008, 102 games were released on the digital storefronts, whereas in 2014, the number rose to 279.
But I mean, what does that mean, though? I mean, what's a digital game? Like an indie game?
It doesn't have a physical copy.
Like an indie game?
No.
It can be. It's a digital. Yeah, any game. So the digital release,
the
I
Master
would say,
Chief Collection
is digital.
Every
It's
game
also
I have
physical.
on my Xbox One is a digital release.
But a lot of them are both.
Sure.
Right. But the number that are available in a physical form has dropped.
Yep.
Where the number that are available in digital has grown.
Bless you.
So yes, you could say, well, that's because we're digitizing all the physical copies. True. But there's also, you got a lot less that are being physical. And you've got a lot of companies, especially indie guys, that are doing the digital only because that's easy for them and they can get their game out there. But it's also seeing, with sales being successful on a lot of these, in the growth of digital, or like with Xbox One, I only have one physical copy of a game on Xbox One. and that's because it was given to me. Vengeful Loki gave me Rocksmith. Um,
And I think
I
that
don't even.
was or disc only because you usually get it in that pack with the cord.
Yeah, you got to have the cord for the guitar. So, and it's like with Rock Band coming out, I don't want to buy a physical copy of the game. I want the digital copy.
Yeah.
I just prefer that. I don't want to have to swap discs or anything. But I think a lot of people are doing that. They see the it's, you don't have to haul games. There's just a lot of pluses to having digital, and I'm still sharing. I can still friend share.
Yeah.
So,
And
but that was an interesting article that they're actually showing numbers, and they're saying that a similar trend has been seen among publishers as the number of active physical game publishers has decreased from 82 in 2011 down to 46 in 2014. And on the digital end, 146 publishers released games in their digital only space in 2014. So
I bet
that's
I
go
bet
ahead.
a lot of this really has to do with people becoming comfortable with buying digital after, mobile and, tablets and such, where you do get that impulse buy if you want, Clash of Clans or whatever, Candy Crush Saga. If you want them, you get them instantly.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that can easily carry over into the console game space. And I was actually thinking about this for the last couple of weeks, and I was actually contemplating bringing it up on the show. Where back when in like the first days of the Xbox One, I had mentioned how I had bought a bunch of games. Actually, not a bunch, just a couple of games. I got them as discs, so I got the physical copy because they were on sale. And mentioned that I would prefer to get a game cheap, and I don't care if it's a disc versus digital. And I've sort of changed that stance a little bit because, for example, I've got Wolfenstein New Order as a disc. And at this point, when that thing comes out deeply discounted, I'll buy it on digital. I'll buy it again just so I don't have to keep that disc around. And I think the other one that I've got is Watch Dogs along with Rocksmith. So even Watch Dogs, which I don't play a whole lot, if it's deeply discounted, I'll get the digital version again, just so I have it on my hard drive, so I don't have to hunt for the disc, so I don't have to just take care of it. It's just so convenient to have everything on that drive and just instantly available.
Right. Right. All right. Next, I was going to take the next one because I was when I read this, I was very happy on the reason they said they were going to do this. But Halo 5 Guardians DLC. So uh, there's a couple things this week, and it's to kind of go into DLC. Now, like, this is DLC. And I think there needs to be this split or this clear definition as what is DLC and what is an expansion. Diablo 3 had an expansion, right?
Yes.
Destiny had 2 DLC packs and are going to have an expansion next. Because, I mean, if you're going to charge $40 for something, you don't call it DLC because you're killing yourself when you're doing that. But nonetheless, this is DLC. So Halo 5 is going to have around 20 multiplayer maps to launch in October. 343 has come out and stated that they are going to offer 15 additional DLC maps at no extra charge. Now, there wasn't details if those are new maps, if they're remakes or anything like that, but the key thing is they're all free. And
Was it 15 maps too? I think
yeah,
they said.
yeah, 15 maps expected by June 2016.
Wow.
So, and their quote here is, when you have paid map packs and content, you divide the player base into 2 groups, the haves and have-nots. The people that have the map pack can play together, but the people who don't cannot.
Yep.
That to us is a real problem. So we're delivering all the maps to all the players free, so everybody will be able to play together. That we feel is really important to having a great multiplayer ecosystem, and that is fantastic. Now, I'm not saying that everybody has to make their DLC free, but I think what they're doing here is something that publishers and developers have forgotten how to do. You know what I mean? They've lost their way a little bit into their community. It almost seems like they've gone completely opposite. It's like, well, we'll release a game, and then we're going to release these 18 DLC packs, but all you have to do is pay us another $50. So you get all 18 of them, for that $50. Or we charge you $300 per pack. You know what I mean? It's just like, no, wait a minute. What are you talking about? Like, you're talking about 10 maps, and you want me to give you another $20. Now, I'm not saying that sometimes, like an expansion, that's why I was talking about DLC versus expansions. If they want to charge money, do an expansion. Do something like this. Do DLC, and I think gestures like this. No, because they're saying 15. That's not saying that there's not going to be another 15 out after this that they're going to charge for. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that these guys are all saints because they're doing 15 maps for free, but I do think that what they're doing and what they're saying here, everybody should take a look at. So that to me is huge. So I way to go 343 for doing something, going back, to the days where it seems like people cared or developers cared. So, all right. Anybody want to take the details on Halo 5? So we have some details of Halo 5. Do you want to go over what we found out, or do you guys want me to go over it?
You can. It's fine. You're the Halo guy.
Well, the new details from Game Informer's Halo 5 cover story reveals more about the role Blue Team will play in Guardians. It looks like the big thing is we're going to see all this at E3. So let me just say, there's going to be 4-player co-op. Now, why wouldn't there be? I have no idea. But it looks like they had a little more update on some of these questions. I'm excited for E3 to figure out what is this whole thing, Master Chief walking up to somebody, shooting them, and then the other one, those trailers where they kind of trade places and things like that. So I'm excited to see that. But, that's pretty...
It talks about that there at the end of the article that Locke gets his own fire team called Osiris.
Yeah.
And they've been given the task of finding Master Chief and Blue Team after they've been declared AWOL by the military. And both of these stories are going to persist throughout the campaign. And that the team is going to sport slightly more advanced tech than Chief and his Spartan 2 allies.
Yeah. But Locke is a Spartan 3, if I remember correctly. So I don't know if anybody reads the books and stuff, like Spartan 2s, which is like Master Chief and Kelly and all those guys. They are bigger. They are larger. Spartan 3s, if you guys remember, when you played Halo Reach, those were Spartan 3s in Reach. They're smaller Spartans. They're not as big and advanced as far as body-wise and stuff as the Spartan 2s. So, yeah, very excited about Halo. I can't wait.
Should be fun.
Yeah, oh yeah. So Xbox wireless adapter for Windows is gets pricing in a release window. So if you guys, if you didn't know, if you have the Play and Charge kit for an Xbox controller, you can plug it into your PC and use that. This here, and if you remember the old 360 controllers, they had a wireless dongle, if you want to say. There is one for the new Xbox controller, and it's available this fall, and it is going to be $25 USD, or bundled with a controller for $80. So
that'd be cool because of the whole Windows 10. You can
Yes.
play Windows 10 games using your Xbox One controller.
Yeah.
That's going to be sweet.
Yep.
Now, quick question about this because I haven't really followed what's been going on with the controllers, but can you just use a micro USB cable, or is it something special that you've got to use to hook your controller up?
I think micro USB.
So the
Right,
play
'cause
and charge kit is just that micro USB adapter, or the cable that we use for the firmware updates.
Yes.
Okay, so it's nothing special.
I don't think it's anything special.
it allows it to remove the tether of the cable.
Right.
Even
Yeah,
states
this
that
new thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you don't need the cable.
Yeah. So, cool. $25.
Oh, and should we talk about the new controller? Now there's some details on it.
Sure.
Go for it.
Yeah. So Major Nelson made an announcement a couple days ago about the new controller that I think we talked about on last week's show, or was it the week
Yes.
before? Anyway, yeah, last week.
Yep.
And he's got some details on the new controller that's coming with the new 1 terabyte Xbox One. And the deal with the new controller is it's got a couple things over the old one. First of all, it's got a 3.5 millimeter plug just to the left of the current, I guess, the headset plug that's on the bottom of the Xbox One controllers. So it's just off to the left. And you can plug in any, basically capable headset into that. One thing we had talked about was how do you control volume? How do you mute?
Right.
Well, it turns out that you do that through the Xbox console. So in order to adjust volume or the chat volume, et cetera, you have to go into the settings, and then there's, I believe, 2 different mixers that you can go in and you can adjust the sounds. Personally, for me, I think it's easier just to have the speaker
That is a
plug-in.
That is a massive failure on their part.
No, they're just giving something to people.
Yeah.
For some people it's perfectly fine. Or if you have controllers on your headset, you don't care probably.
Yeah.
Actually, to be honest, I don't adjust it very often.
Oh, I do.
Once you have it at the level that you want, unless you've got family members in the room and you can't hear or something like that, I find myself not adjusting it very much.
Well, I adjust mine when I don't have anything in the party chat, but I still use my headphones not to bother people. I can turn it up in my head a little bit.
Yep.
And then when party chat's on there, I can adjust the difference between who's talking, the game sound and chat audio. And I do it all with my thumb. I don't have to double hit the Xbox, say snap app, have the pop-up box that says, hey, do you want to cancel or search? Because that still comes up all the time for no apparent reason. And then go to, settings, and then to here and to there. And if anybody knows, if you're in the middle of a game, you're dead at that point because you're not going to survive. And if you're running a Nightfall in Destiny, everybody goes back to orbit. So to me, that's massive. Now, yeah, everybody wants it. Why? Because, I can plug in my iPhone earbud into my PS4 controller. Just another, thing. Now, I wasn't a big fan of the adapter. It's kind of a bummer. I want to plug my HyperClouds or HyperX into my controller. I can because I have the adapter. I could if I had this, and yes, I have the. I just hit my my audio. I have the little.
Chong.
Yeah,
there you go.
Sorry.
Okay.
I have the thing on my controller, that I can mute and stuff like this, but I can't adjust the game audio and stuff like that. But it's right there. It's easy to do. So, but I was hoping it'd be something on the controller that you could still do that, like built into the front of the controller or whatever.
Yeah. So, hey, Wing, with those new wireless headsets that you have, do those plug into the optical, or are they USB?
Optical.
Okay, so it goes into the optical.
There's
and how does
go ahead.
How does it get chat? Does it have a little module that plugs into the bottom of the controller?
No, it's completely wireless.
Yeah.
And how does it get the chat?
There's
though?
a box. There's a box you get that you got to plug in USB to the Xbox.
Oh, okay.
And then
So
it
that's
also
how
has
it
the
goes to
optical
chat.
cable. So there's cables you plug in. Yes.
Okay. Easy.
You got it's wireless connection to that box.
Yeah, it's very similar to my old.
It. Like here,
Turtle
it's actually
Beach.
right here. I have a cable on it. This is my charging cable. But when I play, this is it. It's completely cable free.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually really nice.
Very nice.
Cool.
So,
Okay, and then
if anybody wants to win those headphones, what you need to do is say, just like he's raffling off a phone and headphones.
You need to donate $300 to the tip jar, and you will win one guaranteed.
a used set of headsets.
You said, you're not winning mine. I'll buy you a new one. I think they're
and then
like $200.
then the other thing that they're going to be doing is firmware updates are now going to be wireless, so you do not have to plug in anymore.
Nice.
Cool.
Which could be good or bad, because
It could be bad.
what happens if your juice runs out?
Yeah.
In the middle.
Yeah. Question for you guys.
Yeah.
You mentioned the 1 terabyte Xbox, of course. Both PS4 and I think Xbox have terabyte versions now.
Sure.
But of course, I have a 4 terabyte, external drive hooked up to my Xbox One now. You know how you can turn it off, the Xbox off, and it'll download behind the scenes and anything you have queued up. Well, not for me.
Why?
My guess is that the option that is selected on the power settings that says, hey, turn off the external hard drive when I turn off my Xbox, I think conflicts with what you feel is, oh, you can download after I turn my Xbox off. So every time I'd log in, all the stuff was there, and it would say installation stopped on everything that was downloading.
Really?
Yeah, it took a week to download ODST. A week to download ODST. And the reason why is because it was only downloading when I had my... And then I come to find, I was like, well, I had the option of downloading, background downloads and this and that. Well, also that little check mark that says turn off my hard drive when I turn off my Xbox. I took that off, turned off my Xbox, and guess what was all done when I logged in the next day? It was all finished. So if you guys are having that issue, that might be something for you as well. So
I got to double check that.
Yep. But, okay, these other things I'm just going to rattle off real quick so we can get into it.
Sure.
Porsche is returning to Forza Horizon 2 and an expansion. I know with Forza games and Porsche had like exclusive deals and stuff like that, so it looks like they've worked out things there. Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons is coming to Xbox One. And Mirror's Edge is confirmed, it's official, and the code name to it, or not code name, but Mirror's Edge : Catalyst. So
it's not : Catalyst.
It's Mirror's Edge Catalyst.
There
yes.
You go.
Okay.
Yeah. There is a colon
like, when did
after.
Anybody say there's a what? What is after the word Mirror's Edge?
It's his collared speech.
Yeah, colon.
Colon?
Yeah. How am I supposed to? What weird way am I supposed to say it?
Oh, that's all right. No, you're saying it weird. That's.
Yeah. No, you said it fine the first time. I was just saying that.
Colon?
No. You said it right.
I know.
You said it right. I'm like, colon catalyst?
Yeah.
What is that? I don't want that.
So, but I wanted to call it a subtitle. Okay, the subtitle is Catalyst. All right. So that is official. So.
Wow.
Jeez, giving me a hard time. Like Mickey, where I'm saying I'm streaming to the right channel today. All right.
Speaking of E3.
Yes, E3. So let's go through what we want to see, what we're kind of hoping to see, and then that's it. Let's talk about it. I'm excited. So Mark, you have a nice long list. I don't have as long. And then Rob, are you? I think we're including you in this topic. Yep, we're including you. So.
Thanks.
But yes, so Mark, go for it.
All right. So some things that I would like to see at E3 is I want some more information on Rainbow Six Siege. So far, everything we've seen and what we've been told about this game is that it essentially is a modern day, what's the name of that game? Counter-Strike. 5v5 online only. That's it. We've not seen we don't know if there's a campaign. We don't know if there's a co-op. We don't know if there's terrorist hunt, any kind of anything like that. All we've seen and know about this game is it's a 5v5 game online.
Yep.
And if that's the case, I will not buy it at all.
Was this the one that had the trailer that had all the like the snow?
No.
No.
No, like
Nope.
the snow setting. No.
You've seen them attacking like a house.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Someone has a hostage. One team has a hostage in a house. They build up their defenses, and the
Yeah.
other 5 people trying to get in to get the hostage.
It's kind of going.
Or
It's trying to go
seen
back
about-
to the original Rainbow Six roots, where you used to put your plan together of how you're going to storm a house. Of course, you were going against AI there. Here, you're going against another team. As far as I've heard, Mark, is no campaign, no terrorist hunt. This is what it is, and that's just
Right.
the way it's going to be.
That's
But,
what I've heard too. So it will completely count me out.
so
I will not buy this
right.
if this is all it is. So, I would like to see. Oh, and I forgot to add it in here. Obviously, I want more information on the Division.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Definitely want to see more of the Division, and I want them to talk about it so we know it's still alive and well.
Yeah,
I want to
we'll
see
see
some-
that. We'll see. I think we'll see
I'm
a
sure.
large amount of gameplay on that. So
Yeah, I'm definitely watching the Ubisoft press conference.
right.
I want to see some Crackdown gameplay. They teased it last year with the trailer. I want to see some gameplay now. Give me an idea. Give me something. Let me know when it's coming. Do not skip E3 and not talk about it. Oh my gosh, I would be devastated.
What's your guess for release date?
I don't expect till holiday 2016
I say spring
at the
2016.
earliest. So, I mean, they just teased it last year.
Yeah,
I don't know
but
if it
then
was-
if they do it holiday next year, that's going to be 3 E3s that Crackdown is going to be at, and the game won't be released. So I think they're doing it this E3 and releasing it like in February, March of next year.
So no game would go 3 E3s like Quantum Break.
Oh, Quantum Break will be 4 E3s when it's all said and done. That game's delayed again.
I know that's my
not
next
even
one.
going to
I
be at
want
the
an
show.
actual-
That's not even
I
going
want
to
an
be
actual
there.
release date.
Yeah.
You don't think they're going to have it there?
I saw a rumor or something where they're not even going to talk about it.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
It looks so good.
They gotta
last
talk
year.
about it. They gotta.
Quantum Break is Microsoft's version of The Last Guardian. You guys know what The Last Guardian is, right? I mean, it's been, 2007? 8 years that game was announced, and it's never been
Yeah,
around.
but we saw good. I mean, like 12, 15-minute gameplay demo last year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't. I just don't know why that game can't seem to get out the door. By the time it finally releases, it's going to be one of those like Duke Nukem Forevers that, just get the thing out, man.
I could be wrong. Like I said, it was just a rumor that I saw, but
I thought it had a release date of spring of 2016.
that would be nice.
I thought that was the last. That was the last I heard. So we'll see. But
Yep.
I want some information and hope to see that.
Sure.
The next thing we heard about, we talked about that Advent thing. I know I was gone. I couldn't rant on it. That really cool marketing campaign with the email. That's like, ooh, what the heck is this? Turns out to be it's an XCOM game coming out, but they said it was going to be PC and Mac only. I want this freaking game on consoles, man. We need an XCOM game on the Xbox One.
Mm-hmm.
I want some more. I want Microsoft to give us the real info on the Tomb Raider exclusivity, so we can stop seeing stories and questions about it's a timed exclusive, it's a sole exclusive, it's not going to PlayStation, it is going to PlayStation. Just tell us what it is.
Right.
Period, and end that garbage. I want to see Halo 5 gameplay, which I'm guaranteed we'll see.
Oh yeah.
I want details on the Windows 10 impact on Xbox One. Maybe we'll see that at the PC side, but I do want to know more information, and I want to know for sure if we're getting DX12 on Xbox One.
Yep.
Lord, I hope so.
Mm-hmm.
But they've not mentioned it really. I want to know for a fact that it's coming. I'd like to know about their new exclusive IPs. They said they're gonna have a bunch of them or several of them.
5? Didn't I say 5 or something like that?
They're going to be new ones. It's all going to be about Microsoft exclusives this year.
Yep.
I want some Gears of War details for the next Gears of War game. I would love to see them. And we're not going to see this one, but I would love to have them announce Sunset Overdrive 2. I would love to see Red Dead Redemption 2
Oh,
announced.
that's a good one.
And I would just want to see like some of the original ideas that they pitched back on the Xbox One reveal, announce that some of that stuff's coming back, like game sharing with more than just one person.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. All right.
Digital sharing, I should specify.
Yeah, that's actually my first one is I want to see the digital sharing and stuff to come back. We just talked about that article that physical is going downhill. Like, I don't know what PlayStation is going to do, because the way they share games is by handing it to the person next to them. That means it has to be physical. So once physical is gone, I don't know what they're going to do.
That's so last century.
Right, I know. And plus, their gamers don't even want their PlayStation connected to the internet. So when it comes to those original ideas, that's the way you put it, which is a perfect way. I want to see that 10 friends and family. Like, I want to be able to borrow a game from Mark. You know what I mean?
Heck yeah.
Or he can borrow one from me. Yeah. So it's just like I want that. And to think if that would happen, it not be a good idea, or for them to catch any crap for it, is just people being trolls at that point. Because if people can't see the good in that, and all they can pull out of it is, I'm not going to be able to trade in my games, it's just a noise. It's annoying. Let them. They don't have to do it. You don't have to do it. Go buy physical. So I have that. I put digital sharing. I think we may see, or it'd be interesting to see if somebody like Ubisoft or something like that would have something similar to like the EA Pass or EA Vault. I'm wondering
EA Access.
Yeah, EA Access. I'm curious because I think EA Access is doing well. I would like to see if there's any more companies or publishers or developers that are going to do something like that. Mark, you said Halo, you said Windows 10, you said DX12. Gears of War, I would really like to see. Is it just Gears of War, or is it the entire the trilogy? I think that's.
I want a new one. Yeah.
Well, yeah. New Gears. Oh, that'd be great too.
That's what I want. I don't want the Master Chief collection, or I'm sorry, the
Gears of War collection.
Marcus Phoenix. I don't want a Marcus Phoenix collection.
So. Yeah.
And I think who was it? Rod Ferguson said it's not. They're not doing that.
Right.
But he said they're not. There's still rumors about. Yeah, the studio he's at is not doing it, but it doesn't mean another studio is not.
Right.
But I want a new Gears of War game. Period.
Yeah, true. And Gears of War. Okay, so when we were talking about Crackdown, Quantum Break, things like that, the reason why I say Crackdown is a spring game is because I believe Gears of War is going to be their huge fall release. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Crackdown should be a spring or summer release.
Right. I think it'd be nice for it to come out early in the spring. Not saying that Crackdown, putting Crackdown in that position is a bad thing. I think it's perfect. I think it would sell a ton. You know what I mean?
It'll sell more in the spring or summer than it would in the fall.
I don't want it to be overlooked by a Gears of War or anything like that. So I think the spring. Even if they want to do it in the summer, I mean, as long as it's 2 or 3 months before Gears of War. But that's the reason kind of why I said that. So a couple of things that so I want to see.
I got to jump in real quick because
yeah.
No one else has said it. Mass Effect 4.
Oh, yeah.
None of us have it on our list. I don't know how I forgot about it, but yes, we got to see some Mass Effect 4.
Yeah, well, Titanfall 2.
We're not. You won't see it. Respawn already said they're not going to be there.
Oh, okay.
They were not going to be there, so there's no Titanfall 2 stuff.
All right. So here are some predictions type things, or things that are we going to see it? Probably not, but I would really like to see it. Or things that might be announced. The Halo Reach addition to the Master Chief Collection. Not a big deal. It's nothing big. I mean, that's it. They may even not announce it because it's not that E3 worthy, maybe. I've heard Plants vs Zombies 2 is coming. I heard it's going to be a Microsoft exclusive as a rumor.
Really?
Yeah. So here's my really reaching. I would like to see a Halo Wars 2.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think that would be awesome to see something like that. Oh my gosh, I just had one in my head and I lost it.
You never mentioned your third item on the list.
Oh, Fallout. Well, we all know Fallout 4 is coming out. My prediction is that it's coming out this year. That it's going to be a December release. I think they're one of the people that like to release their games in December. So, I had another game in my mind that I wanted to say because we haven't mentioned it. Maybe it'll come back to me. I mentioned the Halo Wars 2, and then jokingly I was going to say that during the PlayStation conference they're going to rename the PlayStation 4 to the PlayStation 3.5 because that is the best place to play PlayStation 3 games. So that's all I have for now until I think about the other game that I had in my head. It's when you said Mass Effect 4. It triggered something, but I can't remember. I can't remember now what it was. But all right, go ahead, Rob.
All right. So the stuff that I'd like to see in the press announcement and such in E3 this year is I want to see them talk about the streaming and maybe even have a demo of it that they could show off. And what would be a pleasant surprise is for them to say, streaming is available starting now on your Xbox One, because they did push out an update recently that's
Are you
preparing
talking
for the
about
future.
like streaming 360 games onto your Xbox One? Like that PlayStation Now?
No. Well, where you can like stream your Xbox to like a Windows PC.
Oh, okay.
Well, we know
Yeah.
that's, but I think doing like the backward compatibility where you can do like you can play 360 games, you can stream them, play it, like what was that, on live, or
Yeah.
PlayStation Now is doing it. That would be nice to have. Not that I
Yeah.
would play a 360 game on my Xbox One, but people have said I would like to do that. Well, then it gives you that option. And it would be nice if
Absolutely.
they said, yeah, we know that you've already bought this, or you paid for it already, or it's already in your, even if you rented it, just say, yeah, the game's free, or just just make it free as part of your Xbox Live subscription.
Sure.
And just play any 360 title.
Yep.
That would be cool.
I remember what my thing was. Can I say it real fast?
Go ahead.
Okay. So it actually, when you were talking about the Windows 10 and kind of what you're saying, PlayStation has VR, right? PC has VR, and Xbox doesn't. Now, Microsoft doesn't need to go run out and do their own VR, but this whole Windows 10, like you guys just saying, streaming from Windows 10 or from your Xbox to Windows 10 or whatever, I think that they're going to come out and announce that they are going to allow the Oculus Rift to work with the Xbox One. So you don't have to go buy extra hardware. That is just for the Xbox. If you have it for the PC, you can use it on your PC streaming Xbox games, or you can go ahead and connect it to your Xbox and play it there. That was one of my just far out of the world type things. So, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. So streaming capability and what Mark was talking about, that would be pretty cool. Even if it goes back as far as the Xbox, the original Xbox, that'd be kind of neat.
Dude,
I would
Under
think
the
that.
Reckoning, baby.
Yeah.
Mech Assault. We could play some Mech Assault.
Yeah. There you go.
But the
Do
problem
you need
is
a $500 controller for it?
no, that was a different game.
Okay.
That was
That was Steel Battalion.
Battalions?
Okay.
Yeah, no, Mech Assault. But the problem is you could even play like the original. Well, you can already play Halo 2 now on with the Master Chief Collection, but all the online, none of that online stuff would work.
Yeah.
But still, that'd be cool. I would probably play Hunter the Reckoning if I could. if they do that. I loved playing that on the original Xbox.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff on that thing.
Yep.
So, and moving on, like full on DVR support. So it could basically like replace a TiVo. That would be kind of neat. So you could make it like a full on media center then.
Mhm.
You know, it does, it's slated to have some basic capability, but I would really like to see it record its own shows and then you can basically call shows from whatever streaming service you also have as well. Because I think that the video on demand that you have from Netflix and such that qualifies. Why record it when you can just play it from somewhere else?
Yeah, the Time Warner app's really good because you can actually watch Time Warner cable. It's not just like it's live TV now. You can play through their app. Yeah, it'd be nice to be able to use that app with a DVR like functionality to be able to record onto my Xbox and watch it later.
Sure,
That would be
absolutely.
cool. I'd be all in for that one too.
The thing is, with any of these services, why you don't even need to record. You know, everything's digital as it is. These content providers just should, you know, for a fee, of course, I guess, just make it available for people at any time after it's been released, so I can just stream it. But anyway, DirectX 12. I want to see what's going on with that, what the plans are, and who, what, when, where. Quantum Break. You guys talked about that already. It's been a long time coming. Let's get this thing out. Hopefully, when it's ready. Then the new dashboard. There's been talk about the whole Windows 10 changes coming up. I want to see, what it's going to look like. What's in store for us. Are we going to go back to the blades of the original Xbox, or is it going to look more like the Windows 10 interface? How's that going to affect the Xbox One?
Cortana, baby.
Yeah.
Cortana, I think, will be huge on the Xbox One.
Okay.
I think I'm
Sure.
excited for that. It'll up the capabilities, I think, of the Kinect.
Yep.
So,
Right.
It'll maybe change it to something that's a little more of a thing that you want around. Then Windows 10, what totally is in store for us? Because Windows 10 on the PC is coming out on July 29th, I believe. So that's that's less than 2 months away. What is, what's in store for us? What are the actual details? Then I'd like to see some new unheard of games, something that they're going to be announcing. And I'm sure there's going to be some titles on there. I'd like to see Below. This is another game that I don't say rogue-like. That seems overused now. But it's that game, the top-down rogue-ish game. Not that that's much better. That, to me, seems like a simple title. I mean, it's not like a super fancy AAA title. It's like, why? What's the holdup with this game? And universal apps. This is something that they've been tossing around again with Windows 10, where they'll have apps that'll run on Xbox and Windows Phone and tablets and the PCs. I want to see what's going on with that. When's it coming out, and what are we in store for? Can all those games that are on the Windows phones just play over on the Xbox? Exactly how it's going to work. So I guess in all, I just want more details.
Yeah.
More details and dates.
Universal apps. I mean, the whole idea behind that is just, since everything's running Windows 10, you're going to be able to put interfaces in for like controller and keyboard and touch and everything like that, and it'll work on all devices. So I don't know if it's actually targeting games or anything like that. Not to say that people can't write a game as a universal type app, but and then the other thing is, where I was talking in the chat, is Windows 10 for PC is coming out on the 29th. They're staggering other devices like later on. It's not every device, not every phone, Xbox One or anything like that on the 29th. It's just PC as far as I know right now.
yep.
So, but cool.
Well, like Rob, I'm surprised you didn't say Shadow Complex too.
Oh, that would be awesome.
I've said that so many times.
Hey, that could be a new IP.
That would
Could
be
be.
Well, it's not new
awesome.
IP, I guess, but it'd be
Rob, what are you gonna do if they announce a Shadow Complex 2 for Xbox One?
I'll probably be at work
He's gonna fly to
watching
Ohio and
this
hug
thing,
me.
and you'll hear like, actually, everybody will probably hear "woohoo" coming from the vicinity of Chicago, whichever
Yeah.
direction that is from you.
Hey, I would be all for that. That game is fantastic. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that game is so fun.
You know, I'm up on the 45th floor of a building, so I imagine it would carry pretty far,
Just
you know,
open the
over the
window.
horizon. Yeah. Woohoo!
And how about Blinks the Time Sweeper? The cat. You guys ever remember that game?
I don't
Yeah,
remember that.
vaguely.
It's the cat with the time sweep, the time traveling vacuum.
No, I
And
don't
we do
remember
need.
that.
I thought of that because we do need Rare. I wish Rare would put out a mascot type of game, and I hope we see something from Rare this year. So, it'd be, I don't know. Because you guys think about it. Nintendo's got Mario. Um, what's Sony got? Who's their mascot? Sega had the
Sonic.
Sonic.
Yeah, who does Sony have? They had that beanbag dude,
Well, they
right?
used to have like
For a
they
while.
didn't
Well, they got
have
the Sackboy.
yeah,
Yeah, Sackboy. They had Parappa the Rapper.
No, they have a ton. I mean
But-
a lot of
But
games.
Xbox doesn't really have anything except Master Chief. I mean, I guess,
and Marcus
it's-
Phoenix.
yeah, but they're like shooter type. You don't have that family friendly little Mario type of mascot. I
It's
think
a
we should
different
have some
audience.
kind of platformer like that. Well, not if you're trying to branch out and have the Xbox in everybody's home and you want kids to play to. I think they need something like that.
Yeah.
But so, all right.
All
Well, I
right.
guess we'll know in what here in
A couple more
less than-
days.
No,
5 days?
I can't wait. So
So
But you'll just
yeah,
have to.
I need to clear my calendar that Monday morning.
yeah.
It's a 90-minute press conference, so you
Cool.
can stream it on the Xbox One. However, I would have a backup plan because anytime
yeah,
I've ever tried to stream through the Xbox, it's never worked.
never.
So just have a backup. Typically, you can go to like IGN will stream, Microsoft Xbox.com will probably be streaming it. So who else was it? I guess
IGN.
I want to say, was it Spike? I think Spike TV did it last year.
I don't think they did last year. I think it was the year before.
the year before.
So I know. I think it's almost like IGN has an exclusive like streaming rights or something. It sounds like they're streaming everything there and all that stuff, but it'll be in lots of places. But you're right. I wouldn't bet everything on the on Xbox Live. So, but cool. All right, I'm going to do this really fast so we can get moving, and we do have some retail releases. But first thing, if you would like to show off that you're part of the community and you love us dearly, you can go to cafepress.com/thisxboxlife and buy anything in that wide range of items, from back scratchers to t-shirts. Back scratcher? So cafepress.com/thisxboxlife. For community, if you like to, last week we had a voicemail. If you'd like to get your name, or not your name, but your voice on the show, go to thisxboxlife.com. Click on the send voicemail on the right-hand side. Follow the prompts. Leave us a voicemail, and we will play it and answer it on the show. You can also send us an email at contact@thisxboxlife.com. If you do that, we will put it in and read it on the show and answer any questions. Our social media consists of twitter.com/thisxboxlife. You can DM us, or not DM us, but mention us, ask us questions, follow. I know Mark posts stories there. I post stories there. Rob, I don't know if you post links on Twitter or not, or if it's just Mark and I.
Yeah.
But we're on there reading.
I don't read them. I'm never on Twitter. I just throw stuff up
Yeah.
through the Twitter link. So I don't respond to the Twitter. That's
Yeah, I'll respond. You know, if you mention us, I do check it out in multiple places, but I do the same thing. I go through my feeds, and if there's anything interesting, I put it up on there. Our big area that most of the community is located, and it's a great place to be, is the Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/this Xbox Life. You can request to be a member, and we will put you on. It is not open, but we don't say no to many. So if you are only a Facebook for 2 days and have 0 friends, it's probably safe to say that you should request access and also maybe email us to say, hey, this person with no friends and I've only been on Facebook for 2 days is me. I'm a legit person. So we don't reject you off the bat. We have had that happen. And I think that's no Xbox Live messages. If you send either one of us a message, Presar, Wingman709, or BJ Swick33, we can answer questions or do that. Sometimes I think that's how we send our codes to our, if you win anything, we send them through there. So
all tech questions go to Braun.
yes, any development questions or technical questions can be sent to me now. But that's all. Now we got retail releases. Rob,
All right,
Rob can make your money.
All right, for Xbox One, we have Lego Jurassic World releasing on the 12th. That is Friday, of all days. And then Payday 2 Crime Wave Edition comes out on the 16th. For the Xbox 360, we also have Lego Jurassic World on the 12th. And I don't know about you guys, but for some reason, I'm not excited about this one.
Which
The other ones were pretty cool. The Lego Jurassic.
Yeah.
No, just not grabbing me like. Yeah. And they just announced Avengers. Lego Avengers, I think.
Avengers 2? Because there's already a Lego Avengers.
Maybe Age of Ultron.
Oh, okay.
Or something.
But
It's it kind of ties in with the Avengers movies, though.
yeah.
I forget what the full-on title was. There was a trailer.
I know somebody is pretty excited about the Payday 2. So they have it on PC, and they're just happy to have it on the console, too. So, but,
very cool.
Yeah. Where can they get them? Where can they buy these games?
Well,
Besides
if you wanted
digital.
if you wanted to get a PC so you can play Payday.
Digital purchases.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can support your favorite podcast by making all of your online purchases through Amazon and using this Xbox Life Amazon affiliate link each and every time you make a purchase. It just helps us out a little bit. We get a tiny, teensy weensy little portion of the purchase. It does not cost you anything extra. And please make sure to do that. Go to our site, click on the Amazon affiliate link on the right-hand side at the top. Each and every time, because it's only good for a short time after you click on it, and then you have to click on it again. Also on iTunes, make sure to rate us 5 stars so we can become a featured podcast in the iTunes podcast listing. So that helps us out a lot.
Yeah, so we can surpass the podcast Unlocked with IGN. Because
Yeah.
they're always checking and saying we're number 1. So one day it'd be great to go, hey, we're not number 1. Who's this Xbox Life podcast?
Yeah.
They can go, we're number 2.
Yeah.
We're number 2 behind TXL. That's
Yeah.
right.
Oh, we were pretty high in the Zune listing, weren't we?
Like 6
Yeah, we
or
were.
7, I think.
Yeah.
So, yep. But very cool. Well, that's it for pre-E3. We will be back next Wednesday after all the conferences, and we get and probably, we'll probably just get into it and talk E3 and chill.
All it's gonna be.
Yeah. So it would be really cool, like for everybody listening, download the podcast. Rob should have it out probably tomorrow. But if you're listening and you're here, try to jump on with us. For sure. Make a note to maybe hop on and Wednesday and come and chat with us. Let's do kind of a community type thing if possible, and discuss it and make a good show out of it. So But or send voicemails and emails. We'll answer it. It would be nice to have a lot of stuff because after E3, everybody's going to have something to say. So it'll be a good time. But we will see everybody then. Do you guys have anything else?
No, sir.
All right, everybody that's in the chat, thanks for coming out this week. We'll see you next week, and everybody enjoy. So I'm Brun BJ Swick 33. Everybody have a good one.
This is Rob, also known as Pre-Star. Thanks for listening, everybody. And extra credits is Daniel and James, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Just thought I threw that out there. Good night.
And I'm Mark, a.k.a. Wingman709. Take it off.